Here at Gaming Reinvented, we've covered a ton of crazy glitches in both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. These include cutscene combo amplification, which lets you one-shot anything in Tears of the Kingdom, inventory slot transfer and weapon modifier corruption to let you transfer weapons and power them up, and arms, a glitch that turns Link into Superman in Breath of the Wild. Yet despite this, there's something far crazier lurking in the wings. Something in Breath of the Wild that could make every glitch listed seem like a complete joke. Item Stack Underflow, or ISU for short. This glitch is truly incredible. You can make meals that sell for 500,000 rupees, create weapons with tens or hundreds of thousands of attack power. You can even get beta items and otherwise unusable gear. It's not quite arbitrary code execution levels are broken, but it's damn close and the nearest thing you'll ever get to such in a Switch game. There's just one catch. It will never be possible under normal circumstances. The chances this glitch working out are so incredibly low that no human or machine will ever be able to do it. Let me explain why. Or first, let me explain the basis for the glitch. Typically, Breath of the Wild lets you have up to 420 inventory slots. You can't usually reach that number, but it's the max allowed before the game stops you collecting items or crashes. But what happens if you go past that point? If using IST, you could get more than 420 slots. Well, that's where ICU comes in. It's a memory glitch caused by the game trying to load data as not a valid item slot, as if it was a valid item slot. Confused? Well, so was I. But the way the inventory works should clear it up a bit. Basically, the game's at least two lists track inventory size. List 2 contains all the possible item slots and counts down from 420. When you pick up a new type of item, the game takes a slot from list 2 and puts it into list 1, aka the inventory you can see in game. It then tracks the number of items each list by the M count value for each. If M count 1 is 20, it knows it's to delete and load 20 items after reload a save. If M count 2 is 400, it knows you can pick up 400 more types of items. And if M count 2 is 0, it knows your inventory is full and you can't pick up anything else. IST offsets these counters by making 4 offsets with 4 different materials. You lose 4 materials, so M count 1 goes down by 4 and M count 2 goes up by 4, with the stack value go up by 4 accordingly. But then M count 1 goes down by 4 again without changing inventory size. This affects M count 2 as well, which goes up by 4 again while not really changing list 2. So the game featured 404 slots for new items, we actually only have 400 slots. Now imagine what happens if list 1 has 420 items, list 2 has 0 slots, then count 2 is higher than 0. Yeah, the game tries to let you collect an item you can't collect. But there are no slots to pull, so the game kind of grabs a header, list 2 to M start end, and the game thinks it's an item slot. This causes various issues since it doesn't have anything to point to. So when you try to do anything with it that might require a virtual pointer, like say using the equals operator on strings, it uses that isn't a virtual pointer until it actually is one. In this case, it uses first item mprev as a virtual pointer, which points the item to left of first item. Then, because the equals operator uses a full virtual function, it tries to do that here, which results in a combination of minventory, mequipped and mvalue. So, the game tries to jump to this and strange things happen, like say running code it shouldn't be allowed to run at this point. This can then be used to write various values to inventory related fields like first item mvalue. So, you can increase the first item by mvalue by over 1 billion. So in theory, you should just be able to figure out what things are in memory and manipulate the game as you please, right? Well, no. You see, because computer security has gotten better since the N64 days, you can't just figure out a function is in memory, then access it using some overflow glitch to run said code. No, there's a system called address space layout randomization used to prevent that now, or at least make it harder to do so. This was first implemented to Linux in 2001 before being rolled out to systems like Windows, Android, macOS and iOS over the next decade or so. Basically, the positions of key data areas of process are randomly rearranged in memory, including the base executable, heap, stack and functions. So, while a search address may point to one function at one time, it may point to something else at another time. This makes the attacker's life more difficult, since they have to figure out what things are in memory at this point in time, otherwise their exploit will probably just crash the system. And, as you can guess, the Nintendo Switch uses ASOR, so the chance ICU affected Breath of the Wild in just the right way are extremely slim. Since not only do we need to know what the layout of everything is in RAM, but it has to line up properly in a way that ICU can access correct code to do what we need. And this is very unlikely. How much so? Well, the usual odds for ICU working are 1 in 262,051. Yeah, those are abysmal odds. Like bad enough, it's more likely to be hit by a meteor and successfully do the glitch. What's crazier is it gets worse. For example, if you want to use a Markiplier setup which sets the modifier value for first item to over 6 million, then the odds are between 1 in 500,000 and 1 in 68,670,726,601. Yeah, it's quite possible you're over 200 times more likely to win the lottery than succeed. And it gets even worse, or perhaps better, since theoretically you can chain together ICU setups in a way to do things that overwrite the whole inventory or overwrite multiple save data flags at once. In theory, you can rewrite your save data in game if you so desire. The problem is, the odds of that working skyrocket so much that the universe won't be around to see you do it. For example, one setup involved recording random bytes and hoping it worked out as expected. The odds of that, 1 in 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 9. That is so insane that at 1 hour per attempt, the heat death of the universe will likely have occurred 10 to the power of 999,890 times before you succeeded. So in theory, if some sort of god did this and got into Breath of the Wild speedrunning and devoted their whole life to this glitch, they might succeed at some point. Presumably, one with both speedrunning and humanity and nothing more in the distant memory. Yeah, it's not appearing at GDQ anytime soon, that's for sure. Which may make you wonder something. How in God's name are we showing it off? How come our video isn't just 20 minutes of a black screen with white text on it? Did we beat the odds? Well, sadly not. Instead, all these videos were done on a hack switch with ASOR disabled or set to a fixed value. As a result, the randomness is basically gone in an attempt to show what could be in a perfect world. Regardless, that's ICU for you. It's an absolutely crazy glitch with some insane possibilities, but also one that no human or machine will ever be able to do in our lifetimes, or heck, anyone's lifetimes. If you found the video interesting, give it a like, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more, then leave your thoughts in the comments below or over on the Discord server today.